What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm here with my cousin. What's your name, man?
It's Wolf.
All right. With that being established, we know who you are. How old are you, and what is it that you do?
Well, I'm actually 23, turned 24 in August. I'm a heavy equipment operator for the United States Air Force. So I'm in the military, and we travel, do construction, go all around the world and do construction, heavy equipment, asphalt, concrete, everywhere in the world. So yeah, that's my occupation. That's what I do, and that's who I am.
How long you been in the Air Force?
I've been in the Air Force now for about 5 years. My 4 year mark just hit November, so it's coming up again. So I'm about to be at 5. My original contract was 4 years, so right now I'm extended out. Yeah, I'm on my 5th year of a 4 year contract. It's been working good for me, so right now I ain't got no complaints. Until what I'm saying, I got some complaints when I probably get out.
Okay. Is there any accolades you want to speak of? With you being already in the Air Force for 4 years?
Since I've been in, I got to see the world a little bit. Yeah, I went to Cuba. I've been to Utah, Atlanta, Vegas, lived in Missouri a little bit. That's where I got trained on how to use heavy equipment operation for construction. So, and that was on the Army base. I got to train with the U.S. Navy guys, Army guys, other Air Force guys, Marines, and Coast Guard. So pretty much most of my whole time in the military has been joint with other branches. So I spent time with the Army, the Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, even a little bit of Space Force. But hey, that's the whole point. We all supposed to be one unit. We all got separate missions, but at the end of the day, all our missions come together for the good of the American people.
Okay. And aside from you being family, I do appreciate you getting on and speaking, and then also with me saying that, because I feel like, with our peers and being in this age group, a lot of people can't receive stuff from, that older type of age. So, I feel like that you're, in a good mix, and, you be able to answer questions and give some insight. Because me personally, aside from you, I know a couple other people, that are in many type of branches. So, what are some things that you like struggle with during like your beginner stages?
In the beginning stages of being in the Air Force, the thing that I struggled with was just conforming to military standards. It's a different thing. Like, especially when you come in right out of high school, right? You like, hey, this is my world. I'm gonna do whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? Forget everybody else.
All right.
But at the end of the day, you gotta like sometimes you gotta tone it down, put your pride to the side for financial reasons or even personal growth reasons. You know what I'm saying? So end of the day, man, you gotta do what you gotta do to take care of yourself, take care of your family, and people that look up to you. So we gotta you just gotta look deeper inside, know why you doing this. Like, you gotta ask yourself why. Even if you don't want to do it yourself, it might be somebody that's like, hey, I see him. You know what I'm saying? I see what he doing, and hopefully I can be like that. You let yourself go, you letting them go too, because at the end of the day, they look up to you and you something that these people wish that they can do in their future. And if they see you looking bad or doing bad, it's gonna reflect on them. And to me, I like my family. I love my family. So that's the reason why I do a lot of things that I do. Because I know some of them do look up to me, and I know that I gotta be that beacon of light. Somebody that did something different. And show them like, hey, he did something different, I can do something different. Because I have my own faults. Everybody got their own faults that they go through, but at the end of the day, it's about how you keep going, how you keep striving, man. Letting these people know, like, hey, it's okay to fall, but don't let them see you not get back up. So you gotta keep it pushing.
Right. To piggyback on what you said, firstly, to have that discipline and understanding, that's one thing that I try to drill into a lot of people, especially to the men, to be able to put your pride aside and to be able to see the bigger goal. Because like you said, sometimes it has to be bigger than you. And again, just us being men, we're going to have to do things that, we didn't ask for, things that make us uncomfortable, but, to be able to have that bigger picture and to be able to thug it out. So, yeah, I like how you put that. With you going off into the Air Force initially, you being a young man, do you have any like relationship issues, with your friends, with women, what did that look like for you?
It impacted me. It definitely impacted me, especially like my personal relationships with my friends, my family, my girlfriend, my girl, whatever you got, spouse. A lot of times it comes down to communication, right? So like, I remember I was in tech school. Like I said before, I was in Missouri. I was talking to one of my best friends, man. We was talking about This way you get to find out your assignment. So for me, it's like an exciting time. I might be able to go overseas. I might go, go somewhere that's fun. It's a cool place to be at. So having the conversation and we chopping it up, and ultimately I got base somewhere out in the west. And shortly after getting there, found out one of my best friends actually ended up taking his own life. So that impacted me more. Like there was nothing I could do. I didn't even really know what was going on because I'm already on the other side of the world. I mean, not the other side of the world, other side of the country than where he's at.
Right.
And it's not really much that I could do in that situation, especially knowing that I didn't know what he was struggling with in his life. So that definitely impacted me because, like, hey, I wasn't there. I couldn't be there. I didn't even get to go to his funeral. So,
Right.
that kind of hit me hard, man. And it was like, dang, why am I going to keep doing this? I'm just going to keep missing out on being there for my people,
Right.
But it was one thing that he told me that helped me want to keep going and keep doing being in the military. So he's like, hey, this is what you in right now. Stick it out. It's gonna be a good thing for you, especially from where we was from. We both lived in Houston, so we knew that like there's a lot of good out there in Houston, but at the same time you could find a lot of bad too. So for him to say that to me, it clicked in with me a little bit later because, like I said, it definitely impacted me emotionally. You know, I wasn't really happy about my circumstance in Vegas. You know what I'm saying, and where I was at because I wasn't able to be there to support him or his family in the way that I felt like I could or I should have. And yeah, it's my family, man. It come down to family too. Like I got little sisters, little brothers. They growing up in front of my eyes without me being there. I'm missing graduations, football games, proms, stuff like that. That really impacted me. But at the same time, I know, hey, I'm being somebody that they can look up to, and that hopefully a guy and a mentor for them later in life. So you're gonna have your family, but at the same time, you still gotta make sure that you taking care of what you need to take care of as far as being an adult. Because at the end of the day, it's just gonna be your life, right? You might miss a couple things, and that definitely sucks. But just being there more of a mentor way and as a guide to me, I think that's more important because if I was there, but let's say I was there, but I might have been like a junkie or somebody on the streets or somebody that's, not really involved in their life or trying to support them in any way. Or just even I could have been there and I could have been in jail, so those are ways that I think still support them throughout my military career and being away and having that distance between us.
Right.
You did mention relationships too. That man, that's a big one. Especially a lot of people in the military. A lot of people in the military, man. Like I said, we come out young, right out of high school. Right. So what everybody want to do is they still want to be with their high school sweethearts. And, people like don't really live with each other. You don't really know how each other is growing up as an adult or background. Really, I don't can't speak for everybody, but that was the case for me. So we got out there and I was going a lot, working a lot. People just grow apart, especially in high school, man. Like that's the ultimate cases. We just grew apart, and do it suck? Yeah, it sucked. But at the end of the day, people gonna be who they want to be. You can't force nobody to be who you want them to be, and they can't force you to be who they want you to be either. You just gotta learn how to grow and be prosperous and happy. Best of luck to her. But yeah, man, the distance and communication is two things that really impact my relationships with people that were close to me. And I think that you can definitely do it with the right people in your corner and good communication. That's all it really takes, man, with anything. Like I tell a lot of people all the time, conversation. Just a single conversation can fix a lot of things that's broken. There ain't no need to go F them or F him. Just a simple conversation could say, hey, I didn't know your shoes were messed up and you couldn't run like this and you weren't keeping pace with me. Or your shoestrings were loose and you stopped because your shoestrings were loose and you weren't saying F him and let him go by himself. I don't want to do it with him. Everybody got different perspectives, but that conversation could help align those perspectives and understand what the root of the problem is. And it can be much more simpler than what people think it is, than the underlying root.
Right, and I agree with that fully because, like you said, things are gonna happen. People are gonna grow. We're gonna drift apart. But at the end of the day, like you said, communication is everything. And if you have those people in your corner that love to support you, no matter how much time is spent, in your presence or in your absence, people are always going to be able to come back. And like you said, communication is everything. So, and you also speaking on the military specifically or anything, if you're in school, if you're learning a trade or, if you're moving away from your family, anything, it's going to be scary to take that initial step and to take that leap because you're going to be uncomfortable. It's change. This is stuff that that we struggle with, because we're human. So to have that faith and that confidence to just take that step and also make that sacrifice, those are big things that a lot of people can't do. And I always give my respect and hats off to everybody out there, the men and the women that are serving, protecting our country, from young ages to old ages. What I'm saying? Y'all out there making a good example for your families, everything. And most importantly, and the main point of this video, is just having that discipline, to have that discipline to get up every single day in the morning, to get up on the days where you don't want to get up, to work harder when you don't want to work, and to take care of your mind, body, and so, that's something we have to constantly remind ourselves, and it's easy to lose. So I can't do nothing but come in and respect you, man. So what do you normally do when you do have your challenging days? How do you cope with stress? And, you can't do drugs and all that type of stuff in the military. So what does that look like for you?
A typical day, man, when I'm going through something, we got these things in the Air Force that call comprehensive airman fitness. So I try to implement that as best as I can, even though I'm a human and I got my own faults. But we got spiritual, mental, physical, and social, right? Those are all like pillars of making sure that you're in a great state of mind, but not in a great state of mind. Well, I would say in a solid or stable state of mind, physically, mentally, socially, spiritually. Like those are just the pillars of basically just going through life, and making sure that you got all of those in your life and where you want them to be, right? Like how you want yourself to be involved in it, get yourself out of funk. And I do that by go to the gym, play basketball, work out a little bit, go hang out with some friends. At the same time, I might, at the end of the day, I might go read my Bible, because that's what brings me spiritual peace. I might, mentally, I might just sit down, put my phone down, lay down in my bed and look at my ceiling and just reflect. I could have done this better. I could have did this better. Those things really will help me keep me grounded. Like I said, like you in the military, it's a changing, fast-paced lifestyle. A lot of things change. Nothing's really consistent, to be honest. Like I can have a friend. I got friends here right now that, let's say, I've known for 3 years. They get an assignment, they in Korea, they in Germany and stuff like that. So being in the military is ever changing, and you got to learn how to adapt with it. You can't just let it get to you, man. You still got to keep it pushing it. Although you might get comfortable, can't be comfortable in the military, because it's just going to keep on changing. So as much as you want it to be how everything is, you got to know life's going to change with or without you. And you got to maintain those pillars, man. Like, I can't stress that enough, because nobody likes change. Like you said before, nobody likes change. Change is a scary thing. But that's just the way that life is. You gotta roll with the punches. You gotta make sure that you take care of yourself too. And these are just the ways to make sure that you don't go down a scary or strange path by yourself, or burn bridges with people that you really like or you love, just because you might have a bad day or something. You might have something going on and you weren't really able to digest it or comprehend how to move forward and navigate through life through it. You got to make sure that you keeping these things in check. It's definitely a difficult thing, because like I said, we all human. And as a human, we're not infallible to making mistakes. Nobody's going to ever be perfect. It's always going to be, like for me, it's always going to either be physically fit or mentally fit. I don't know if I could do both at the same time, but I'm working on it, and that's the only thing that I can ask of anybody, make sure that you're working on it. You're trying to get better. Just be 1% better every day.
Right. I fully agree with that 100%, because even speaking on myself personally, knowing my mental health journeys and stuff, I had to really learn and understand and really pound into my mind that change is going to happen. We have to be adaptable, and life is whatever we make it. Whatever you put in is what you put out. Thinking negatively, speaking negatively, putting negativity out into the world, you can't do nothing but conform to said negativity. So like you said, it's a very important thing to be able to be adaptable and to change, because stuff is going to happen and stuff is going to make you uncomfortable. One thing is also preached to a lot of people as well is to have a practice, a healthy active practice, because a dream with no action is just nothing but a dream. Just like with life, if you want change, you have to be the change first you want in yourself, and you really have to make that decision with yourself and for yourself, because no one can hold you accountable like how you hold yourself accountable. You have to want these things, and that's just very, very, very important. And again, not just specifically just keeping it on the military, but just in that topic for sure. You're away from people, you're in a new setting, you have to be in a new surrounding, and it does get hard. Few to little people can do that. That's why it's not for everybody. Everything in life, everything was so easy, everybody will be able and capable to do everything. Just not saying we can't, but that's why everybody have their own specified roles in life. So again, power and strength to the men and women that's out there, serving and protecting our country, doing things that they don't want to do. As we get up and do things we don't want to do, I fully receive that, man. So also another thing with us being men too, because like you said, we're human, and a lot of people are raised and get told that you don't have emotions, or fight your emotions, or and don't be emotional. And me personally, I'm a very emotional person, and I'm in tune with my emotions, and there's nothing wrong with that. You being a man and you being emotional, it's all about how you process things, because that's the only way you're gonna grow. And main topic of this whole session is growth, development, and discipline. So as long as you continue to grow, and one of my favorite sayings, mottos, whatever you want to put it, is slow motion is better than no motion. And like you said earlier, as long as you continue to progress, you can't do nothing but take it day by day. You're going to stress yourself and make things harder for yourself, when you're going against that. And like you said, you don't want to end up burning bridges or hurting people because you're going through things and processing things. Again, I'll never take nothing away from anybody, whatever that you're going through. But again, it's up to you for you to process and then make a decision about how you want to moving forward. It's really a practice, to not be in the moment and, to have control over your feelings. Because again, we're human, stuff can blow up and we could be like a firework, just like a match. And, next thing you know, we're there, now you see red and now this to happen and you're having regrets. And that's just nothing you want to live with. You don't want to be guilty and kick yourself for stuff that, you could have changed, because in the end, we're all in control. So again, I do appreciate you coming here talking. Power to you, respect to you, as you continue on your journey as a man, as a young man. Again, I appreciate you speaking. You take care of yourself, and if you have anything else you want to say to the people, the floor is yours.
Appreciate you, Cuzzo. I just want everybody out there to be safe and, be friendly, man. Being nice being kind is free. Just be kind to the next person, man. Just pass it on, ask somebody how they doing. You never know. Somebody could be having a very bad day and might, end it all. Just smiling at somebody, waving, hey, how you doing? Could definitely save a life. Just a simple conversation too. It could go a long way further than what you think. A lot of people comfortable talking to strangers because at the end of the day, they know that they don't know you. So they might just vent to you because that simple fact is that they don't know you,
Right.
So just be kind. Let's just be kind to people and be good as a people.
All right. And the last thing I'll say on to that, like I said, that doesn't make you no less of a person as a man, anything. And being a man, you have to define your own morals and principles and things that you go by and believe and stand on, that you actively go by. Because again, this has to be something that you choose to do every single day, because it's a choice. One thing that my mom tells me all the time, what she has told me in the past and will always stick with me, is being a parent is a choice. Continuing to wake up every single day and to choose to pick you guys, me being my siblings, or choose to pick your family, choose to do right. It's a choice. So every single day you have the choice and power and opportunity to make whatever you want to be out that day, that moment, that situation. So again, that doesn't make you weak, less of a person, anything. And that's gonna be another topic in my next video. I know we're gonna speak about relationships and friends and influences and stuff. But again, for this, I said just be yourself, be your authentic self. It doesn't hurt to extend an extra hand. You don't always have to, but if it feels right and in your spirit, and it's a part of what you know and believe, then act on it. Because at the end of the day, it's also helping yourself. I appreciate you for saying that.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, well, appreciate y'all for tapping in. Y'all take care of yourself. I'm gone.